I knew John Chevelle. He was a friend of mine. I know Mike. And if there's one thing about Mike Chevelle and his family, it's they're the real thing. When Mike comes on board, you know that he's there.
Well, I originally got involved with Chabad House through my son, my late son, John, who was very, very interested in all that Chabad is and was, and worked with the rabbi in building the new Chabad House. And actually, many years ago, he was honored by the Chabad House. And he was a special individual, and he loved the kids and loved what Judaism stood for. And I felt that I wanted to carry on his great work, which I've done. And I've committed myself to be helpful to the rabbi and the Chabad House. And I hope to be able to do it for many, many years to come.
Two things have happened at the Chabad House. We were able to dedicate a new, intense Torah study program where students come here and take real courses. They get tested. They have to write essays. They have to spend at least 2 weekends, 2 Shabbatons per semester, dedicated entirely to the idea of what does Judaism have to say about Shabbat. And then they actually graduate from this. The John Chevelle Torah Study Program was born in honor of John Chevelle. And the second thing which we have done over here is dedicate an actual synagogue where students come to speak to God, and the shul is a place that they can find themselves in. We've dedicated this shul in the name of the Chevelle family.
When you have a program here they're designed for anybody, there are 2 levels, I don't know if you know it. There's one for people that are Jewish background, high school Jewish education, or people that don't have it. So I feel like if you have a program for that anyone can come in and just sit down and start learning and reconnect with it, it's very important to have.
I heard about this experience and I can be involved in something that can stimulate that Jewish part of me when it's not being stimulated on a constant basis.
So it's a higher level of learning. A lot of it is philosophical subjects, primarily the Rambam, but we dip into other sources as well to assist us in the understanding. But it definitely is challenging for even the students that grew up in Yeshiva Day School, for students that took a year off, because most of the time these subjects weren't discussed, at least not the way we discussed them.
People talk about college as being a time of experimentation, and you're really talking to people, you see how curious, people are about learning, and, especially, Jewish kids learning about their tradition. Knowing that, for a fact that, for at least an hour or however long it is, I'll be able to learn, genuine, authentic Jewish traditional text. I think that's really rewarding and really special.
It's been a while since I studied, so I decided why not, check it out, and I started going to the Learning Initiative class. It made me learn more about the Torah, look at it in new ways that I might have never looked before. And I think for me, especially coming from someone from a household that didn't really emphasize studying Torah too much, it was a really great way to get back in touch with these values and learn more about where my roots come from.
It makes my sister and I and my entire family so proud of the work that my brother had done and his compassion to the Chabad House, and that my dad is continuing on what my brother has committed himself towards, and he's fulfilling all the things that my brother would have hoped he did, and I'm sure he's looking down at my dad and tonight, and he's as proud as my sister and I are this evening. Thank you.
I visit and learn with Mike every week. And what I found special about Mike is that we put on tefillin every single week. But after we say the Shema, after we say the prayers of the tefillin, Mike turns away from me. He stands in his tefillin, he turns away from me, and he speaks to God.
When I put on tefillin with the rabbi, and then after we're done, I turn around look out my window and I pray. And I look at my trucks coming by the window, and I said, God, thank you